I have my handy dandy recipe notebook, so you already know what time it is. Let's get cooking. Welcome to my channel. This is Minnie Moving Mountains. My name is Minnie, and this is my series called Minnie Meals. Disclaimer, I am not a professional chef, nor am I a nutritionist. I'm just a girl in her muumuu who cooks every night for her husband so I can teach you how to cook, change up your meals for the week, or just give you something positive to watch. There is no fancy lighting. I just use a craft light. There's no fancy editing. I do this in one cut, and there's no fancy makeup. Just me showing you the things that I'm passionate about, which is cooking and baking, my weight loss journey, and crafting. Today is Sunday, May the 10th, 2026, meal number 90. Today we're having Chaufa rice with a ranch steak, bell peppers, peas, and a creamy chimichurri sauce. So I am going to turn around the camera today because I assure you, there is nothing fancy going on here. I just want to focus on what you came here for, which is to learn how to cook. So let's move mountains together and let's get cooking. Here are the ingredients for today's recipe. Remember, I just cook for my husband and I, so if you have a family that's bigger than ours, you would double, triple, or quadruple the recipe. For today's recipe, you're going to need ranch steaks, 3/4 cup of jasmine rice, 1/8 cup of chimichurri sauce, 1/4 cup of scallion ginger paste, English peas, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, a bell pepper of your choice, diced, one tablespoon of dried oregano, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1/8 cup of soy sauce, and cilantro finely roughly chopped. To our stovetop, you're going to turn two large burners on medium heat. To a medium pot on medium heat, you're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter. To a large pan on medium heat, you're going to heat up a neutral oil. This is olive. While we wait for the butter to melt, we're going to season both sides of our steaks with 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Flip, and season the other side. With half of the scallion ginger paste, you're going to coat the steaks, rubbing evenly on both sides. Once your butter has melted, you're going to add your rice, soy sauce, 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper, and 1 1/4 cup of water. Mix well so the rice doesn't stick to the bottom and bring this to a boil. To a small pot on medium heat, you're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter. Once your large pan has come to heat, you're going to add your steaks. My blue timer is for my induction burner. You're going to cook the steak for 5 minutes. Once your rice has started to boil, you're going to give it another mix. Reduce your heat to low. Cover with a lid. My wait timer is for my stovetop. You're going to cook the rice for 15 minutes. Once your butter has melted, you're going to add your peas, bell peppers, mix well. Season with dry oregano, cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Mix well. And just keep on a low to medium heat for the remainder of the cook. Once your steaks have cooked for 5 minutes, you're going to flip them. Pour your ginger scallion paste over the top. Spread evenly over the top. Cook for another 5 minutes. To make your sauce, you're going to combine your mayonnaise with your chimichurri sauce. Mix well. After it's well incorporated, you're going to move it to the side until ready to serve. Once steak has finished cooking, place on a wooden cutting board to rest for at least 2 to 3 minutes before slicing. Once rice has cooked, you're going to fluff it with a fork. It looks like I have a little bit more water, so I'm just going to keep it on the stove for a little bit longer. To a large pot on medium heat, you're going to add a neutral oil. That was olive. Scoop your rice into the pan. Scoop your vegetables. Add the remainder of your scallion ginger paste. And slide the remaining of the steak into the pot as well. Mix well. Dinner is ready, time to plate. And that's it. You did it. You made a home-cooked meal. Good job. I'm going to turn around the camera so we can chat. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode. It's truly an honor and privilege to be able to cook with you guys. For my recipe, you can find it on my website, which is www.minniemeals.com. For my long-form content, you can find it on my YouTube channel at Minnie Salvant, as well as Facebook at Minnie Salvant. For all my short-form content, you can find it on my TikTok, Lemonade, or Instagram at Minnie Moving Mountains. Let's move mountains together, and what should I cook next? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.